Danny Garcia shuts down all rumors that he'll be fighting Terence Crawford next. Before we get into this next video, make sure that y'all smash on my like button. Hit my like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a sub to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you get all of my notifications when I update you on all of the boxing news around the boxing world. What's up with it, y'all? So I know that we all been hearing reports that Danny Garcia's next fight is about to be Terence Crawford. That Terence Crawford's next fight is about to be Danny Garcia. We've been hearing these reports go around for the last few days now that Terence Crawford is coming to the PBC. But Danny Garcia says different. And stay tuned, because I will play you the audio footage of exactly what Danny Garcia said about fighting Terence Crawford next. Now, my thing is, before I even play this audio footage, when I heard these rumors, it didn't make sense to me. You got to think, Danny Garcia hasn't fought since he fought Errol Spence in December of 2020. It is now 2022. Danny Garcia is coming off a loss. And Danny Garcia said he was moving up to 154. Now, I'm pretty sure that he will stay at 147 for a big fight. But he's not going to come off of a layoff, this long layoff and a loss, and get right in the ring with Terence Crawford and suffer another loss. That wouldn't even make no sense. And Danny Garcia has a very good relationship with Al Haymon, and Al Haymon wouldn't even put Danny Garcia in that type of situation unless Danny Garcia was begging to be in that type of situation. And we know that Danny Garcia ain't never just ran straight into no smoke like that. You know what I'm saying? That wouldn't be a smart move. And Danny Garcia, he makes very smart moves when it comes to boxing. Right? He's a smart businessman, and he makes smart moves in the boxing ring on who he's going to fight. Remember, y'all was calling Danny Garcia a cherry picker for years. So why would a cherry picker come off a over a year and a half layoff, almost 2-year layoff, and get straight in the ring with Terence Crawford off of a loss? That don't even make no sense. And we got everybody reporting this shit, and it don't make no sense. Like I said, I'm going to play y'all the audio footage, and I'm going to let y'all hear exactly what Danny Garcia had to say, and then we going to get back to it, y'all.
I would love to fight Thurman again. I would love to fight Kell Brook.
Crawford, maybe?
I would love to fight Mikey Garcia, or potentially a Crawford fight.
Right.
Not next, but that's a big fight because we have a history. And I feel like he needs somebody like me. Like I said before, there's no big fight in the welterweight division without Danny Garcia. All you gotta do is look at the numbers. Or potentially a Crawford fight.
Right.
Not next. Or potentially a Crawford fight.
Right.
Not next.
So, y'all clearly heard the man say potentially a Crawford fight, but not next. I'm not fighting Terence Crawford next, coming off a layoff and a loss. And I mean, it make all the sense in the world, and I don't blame him for saying that. Now, you heard him mention Mikey Garcia, Kell Brook, Keith Thurman. He mentioned all of those guys. The man that was interviewing Danny Garcia, he's the one that brought up Terence Crawford. I don't even think Danny Garcia was even gonna say nothing about a Terence Crawford if he hadn't have been asked about Terence Crawford, because he clearly named all of those other names in front of Terence Crawford. Then he says potentially a Terence Crawford fight, but not next. But all these reports coming out that Danny Garcia and Terence Crawford is gonna be next. Now, Terence Crawford and Keith Thurman, that is the play that they trying to put down. And then a Errol Spence fight next. But see, the thing is, it's contingent on everything going right, like I told y'all in the last video. First of all, we don't know what's going on with Keith Thurman. We don't even know if Keith Thurman gonna make it to the fight. And then Errol Spence, he has to get past Yordenis Ugas. And for the Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight to happen, Terence Crawford has to get past whatever opponent they put in front of him before the Errol Spence fight. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Terence Crawford is with the PBC. You know what I'm saying? They just haven't announced it yet. But yeah, they're still getting some things, done with the contract situation. But yeah, he went to PBC. They just got to figure out who the 2-fight deal is going to be, right? Of course, you can't sign a 2-fight deal when Errol Spence, he still got to get past Ugas. Like I said, Keith Thurman, we don't know what's going on with him, but that is the play that they're looking to make, not Danny Garcia. Now, will Terence Crawford and Danny Garcia fight down the line? They may fight down the line. They may fight at 154 pounds, but not now. Now, a fight that potentially could happen next for Danny Garcia would be Mikey Garcia. Danny Garcia and Mikey Garcia was a fight that was supposed to happen years ago. It didn't happen. They both coming off losses, and Mikey Garcia has been adamant that he can't get up for any no-name opponent. Mikey Garcia has said on several different occasions he only wants to fight big names. And I know that's a name that Danny Garcia will stay at the welterweight division for. That's a big fight. Mikey Garcia versus Danny Garcia would be a very big fight. And that's a fight that the PBC would love to put on. They would love to get Mikey Garcia over there to make a big fight with Danny Garcia. Or even a Kell Brook fight. I could see Danny Garcia and Kell Brook fight, but not Terence Crawford. So yeah, down the line, if Danny Garcia and Terence Crawford ever do fight, I believe it'll probably be at 154 pounds. I don't see Danny Garcia being able to stay at 147 pounds for another year. So yeah, I think it'll be at 154. And they do have history, just like Danny Garcia said. They fought in the amateurs, and I think they won in the amateurs. Danny Garcia took one, and Terence Crawford won one. So yeah, they got history. It'll be a big fight, but I don't see Danny Garcia being able to beat Terence Crawford. He's not active enough, but it will make for a very competitive fight just for the fact that I don't think Terence Crawford can stop Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia got a granite chin, and he ain't finna fold to nobody, so he is gonna fight. And he do got a dangerous left hook, and he do got a lot of power in that left hook. So anything can happen, but this fight is not happening next, y'all. That's just what it is. And personally, I feel that Danny Garcia, he need to be in the ring with somebody coming off this layoff in the Errol Spence loss. He need to be in the ring with somebody that he could pretty much get a guaranteed win against. You know what I'm saying? And none of those names that I named, except for Mikey Garcia, to me, is a guaranteed win. That's why I like the Mikey Garcia fight. You know what I'm saying? Danny Garcia need to be in there to where he could get his confidence back up, to where he could fight at his highest level again. You know what I'm saying? His confidence ain't all the way where it should be coming off these L's. You know what I'm saying? But he's only lost to the best. He's only lost to Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, and the Sean Porter fight was a very close fight. That was a very close fight, and Danny Garcia looked real good in the Sean Porter fight. Now, he did lose to Errol Spence, and Errol Spence was coming off that long-ass layoff and that horrible car wreck. And I think that fucked with his mental. I think that Danny Garcia really felt that he was going to be able to beat Errol Spence coming off an accident in a long layoff like that. But like Errol Spence told y'all, he could beat most of these dudes 50% of himself. He's just that good. So Danny Garcia, he don't got nothing to be ashamed about for losing to the best. It's just what it is, Once he moved up to 147 pounds, he was just right there, right under the best. He just couldn't beat them. So he needs a win under his belt to get his confidence back up. Let me know what y'all think that Danny Garcia should do next. Who would y'all like to see Danny Garcia fight next? Hit my like button, sub to the channel if you not already subbed to the channel, and y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.